Hello and welcome. I'm Daniel.
And I'm Andrew, and we're brothers, and this is the Daniel and Andrew Show.
Where we give our opinions about movies and TV and movies about aliens that we've been watching lately. So, Andrew, how you doing today?
I'm good. How about you?
I'm doing all right. Did you do anything fun this week?
One of my friends is online a bunch right now, so I've been playing games. And my wife started a new job, so I'm not really watching anything like extra TV or anything. So just playing a bunch of games.
Yeah, I've been doing the opposite. I have not been playing any games because I also started a new job and I
Mm-hmm.
am definitely in training for that. So, I have stuff I got to work on and stuff. Honestly, probably should be doing that right now, but that's okay. Got a fun podcast to do, so that's okay. um, yeah. Um, I
We can probably
went.
make this a quicker one. Then you can get to your,
Yeah, no, I'm
job.
just joking. I'm like half joking. Um, yeah. Uh, so you didn't watch anything? I saw. I I think I might have even seen it last week, and I forgot to talk about it. But I saw The Materialists, the movie with what's his name, Hemsworth, and not Hemsworth, the other Chris Evans. Or did I talk about this already? Chris Evans and Pedro Pascal,
Maybe.
Dakota Johnson.
Maybe. Oh, no, you didn't. No, I don't think so.
Because we talked about the best Chris.
Yeah, but I think that was because we watched a trailer, but you hadn't seen
Ah, yes, we
the,
watched a trailer for that
yeah,
movie. Okay, so for whatever that one where he's like a preacher or whatever.
yeah.
Okay. So cool. So this is a good, nice little follow up here. Uh, he was good in the movie. So this Materialist, the one with Dakota Johnson, Pedro Pascal, and Chris Evans, where it's like a love triangle movie. Um, it's directed by Celine Song, who directed Past Lives. Uh, 2 years ago or last year, I can't remember, but that was a nominated for like Best Picture,
Mm-hmm.
and you know, so but it's also very artsy or whatever. So the marketing kind of marketed it more normal rom com, and it wasn't really that. That being said, I liked the movie quite a bit. Um, I thought it was well made. I like Past Lives, and I like her style. It's like very. It tries to be as like realistic as possible, paints them as like real people. The only thing is that they're like in this one, they're like movie star people, like a Chris Evans or a Pedro Pascal. So it doesn't. She's a matchmaker, so she's trying to like set people up, and then one of the people she sets up, she meets the brother of the groom, who's Pedro Pascal, and he's like really rich, and she's like, well, you're really you have everything, right? So why do you want like a 35-year-old when most of the time they want like a 20-year-old or whatever, lady or whatever. And then Chris Hemsworth is like her old flame, um, that's at serving at the wedding that she meets Pedro's character. Um, yeah, and then you get like their backstory, and stuff like that. I thought the movie was pretty well done. Um, the only thing is like I didn't her dialogue is very like intelligent and like very like well spoken dialogue. There's all these like lines that are supposed to be like poignant lines or whatever, and I don't really see Chris Evans like delivering those lines. He's more like an everyman type guy to me. Um, So I don't know. Hit some of it with him saying those lines. It didn't really fit, but there was a scene with Pedro and Dakota Johnson where they're like talking to each other, and like that dialogue like worked with the two of them, but I don't think it worked as well with Dakota and Chris Evans's character. Um, I would give that movie like a 7.5. I thought it was a pretty good movie, but it's not a romantic comedy. It's pretty much just a romance drama. Like there's a few comedic things in it, but they talk about like real stuff
Okay.
um, in it as well. So yeah, I wouldn't go into it being like this isn't I don't know what's a romantic comedy, like a real true romantic comedy. Um,
The Proposal.
yeah, it's not the proposal at all. So yeah, yeah, good one. Proposal, yeah, it's not the proposal. It's yeah, much more serious than that. So, but I'm definitely interested to see whatever she makes next. And I was pleasantly surprised because I thought, you know, her second movie might be, you know, watered down, and it really wasn't. So that was pretty good. Um, all right, well, that's what I saw. Cool. And yeah, Chris Evans was good, so maybe he is the best Chris of the four.
Oh, okay. Now it's
Maybe.
solidified. Wasn't before, but
Well, I haven't seen. That's the first time I've seen him in something that was like not superhero or like comedy, right? That I
I
can
mean,
think
he
of.
was in Knives Out, but he was a villain.
Yeah, Knives Out. I guess that's true. I mean, he was playing a similar character. Like this was a departure from his like Tool character that he does. And Knives Out was just like a version of that character, I feel like. So um but yeah, that was good. All right, cool. Well, let's talk about let's get to the news here. Well, I guess going from Captain America, we could talk about Spider-Man here, and stick in the old New York. Uh, we got the news that the Punisher will be in the next Spider-Man movie. I mean, we've already had Daredevil in Spider-Man, so I'm not surprised the Punisher might show up.
Yeah.
Um, I don't quite know where a Punisher is going to fit into a Spider-Man movie, but we will be getting the Punisher, and it will be John Bernthal. So, I mean, who was just in the Daredevil show that we watched one episode of. So,
Yeah. I do like John Bernthal. I mean, hopefully it means it's more like grounded stuff.
that's from what I understand. I think is what's happening, but I don't know.
That's what I'm hoping for.
Yeah, I mean, I like John Bernthal. I like the Punisher. I mean, I'm gonna see Spider Man, like regardless. So
I hope with him being in it, that means it's going to be even more because he's a serious character, Punisher, right? So hopefully it takes it. I don't know. I guess I'm asking for more gritty, not grittier, but like, I don't know, like actual stakes. Like the last one had like the story was just kind of there to bring in the others. You know what I mean? It was a very okay story. I'm hoping this has something to it that makes me think about it afterwards, other than Spider-Man's.
I mean, Spider Man's worked for me.
I'm not
So
saying that was a bad movie. I'm just like the story didn't work for me.
that's one of the best Spider Man movies there are. I like that movie better than the other two with him, Tom Holland.
Yeah, I do too. But I mean it's just full on nostalgia bait.
Yeah,
There's nothing about the story that is
that
gripping.
I was working in movie theaters when that movie came out. That movie was out for so long, for months, and then they put it back in with like 5 extra minutes, and then it was in theaters again. I don't know how many times I saw that scene with the two of them showing up,
Mm-hmm.
and I was still down for it every time. I mean, I saw that scene so many times. stars, and I was
Yeah.
like, "Woo!"
Yeah.
So it didn't fail on me, even
I'm not. Would
we
you
know
not
it's
hear
four.
me? It didn't. The movie didn't fail for me. I'd say it's like a
I
nine
know,
movie, but it's just it's a different thing. It's not.
yeah,
It's not a good plot story or anything. It's not like I'm not thinking like, oh, the Dark Knight had such a good villain, all these years later and had really good, interesting plot. This didn't have any of that.
yeah. I do think that the Dark Knight has a good villain. I agree with that. I don't know. Hopefully, this brings a nice, a good, you know, different something new to one of these movies. Hopefully, it's not just like, oh, there he is,
Yeah,
which
there's
has
no
happened
there's no
before.
reason to play it safe with him anymore. Just let's
I
see
think
something new.
what's his name? What's his name? Falcon? Wasn't he in a like a MCU movie and he was like in it for like a minute?
That was
And
Ant Man.
it was Ant-Man where he's
Yeah,
like at the compound or whatever and he's like, "Get out of here."
yeah. hmm What was that gonna do? Anything?
I'm hoping the Punisher isn't like that.
Oh,
It's not just like,
yeah. No,
"Get
I
out of
don't.
here, scamp. You can't be here."
I don't think they would have spoiled it if that was all it was. So
Yeah. We'll see. But yeah. We'll see how that goes. Um, well, speaking of sequels, uh, so we have I don't know what you want to call it, a rumor, a report, whatever, that a sequel to a Pixar movie, a different Pixar movie sequel is in development. Um, and that movie would be Ratatouille. A Ratatouille 2 is in development based on a report from Jeff Snyder. Um, so I not sure why. It seems like a pretty sewn up story.
yeah, I mean that doesn't matter. So it was like the first Toy Story. It's a pretty decent all around story. They didn't need to
I mean,
continue it.
Toy Story was the first one. Period. So
Yeah.
yeah, it makes sense they make a sequel to that.
You're right, the story's wrapped up, but that doesn't mean they can't just do more
Yeah,
goofiness with it. Yeah. That's all it's gonna be.
yeah. I don't know. I don't. I don't.
Definitely not my favorite one. Maybe it appealed to more people than I realized because clearly I was wrong on Lilo. So maybe there's a hankering for it. But
I mean, it's probably because Inside Out 2 made a lot of money. I mean,
yeah, I just think that was like a really beloved one. And I've never heard anyone be like, Ratatouille was so good. I don't know.
Ratatouille. Lots of people like Ratatouille.
Maybe it'll do good.
I mean, they've done everything. I mean, I'm surprised they haven't done an Up, to be honest, or a Wall-E. I haven't done a Wall-E too. But yeah,
It's a
people.
pretty wrapped up story.
I agree.
Yeah.
And I would be uninterested in a Wall-E too, because I thought that movie's boring.
Well, what I
So,
liked about it was that it was like almost silent for like half the movie, and it was just
mm,
like a visual thing. But there's no point to have that in the second one.
I will say that um, they're making these because people have voted with their dollars. We're telling Disney and Pixar that we only want sequels because Inside Out 2 made $1.5 billion. Elio, the movie we're going to talk about this week, our newest Pixar movie, made by far the worst opening weekend for a Pixar movie, by far. And that's including Pandemic 2020. That's including the first Toy Story. An unproven Pixar did better than
Yeah,
Elio. Yeah, it 35 million total
yeah,
this weekend. That's horrible. Um, so yeah. So we're gonna get Ratatouille 2 and Toy Story 9, Incredibles 3, Cars 4. Until we get something, original that people actually go and see.
Yeah.
Um, so you know, go and see new stuff if we want new stuff to be made.
Yeah.
Pretty plain and simple. Don't see Cars 45. Oh well.
Yeah.
Um, Anything can be good. Anyone can cook. That's all. That's what I always say. All
Okay.
right. Speaking of cooking, we have a new Bond, James Bond director. This is
Why?
This is brand new news. Came out a couple hours ago. I was originally had planned to talk about. They had a short list. Amazon had a short list of directors that they were speaking to direct the next Bond. The rumor that people they wanted Christopher Nolan. They kept saying Christopher Nolan. That name kept getting thrown around. So some of the names that were thrown around was Jonathan Nolan, who just did Fallout. Um, Edgar Wright was a name that was thrown around. Edward Berger, who just got nominated for Conclave, and their choice that has been made today, which is Denis Villeneuve, who directed Dune and Arrival and Blade Runner. So we have our new director for our fresh new Bond, a new era at Amazon in Denis Villeneuve.
Yeah.
I have to say, I am thrilled with that choice over most of those other choices.
Yeah, we're gonna get a lot of shots of him staring at things. I can't wait.
Mm, yeah, I mean, we'd get that with Nolan. So I mean,
Oh yeah, for sure.
um, um, but I'm down. Uh, I think it'll be good. Uh, Gives me some hope that we'll get a good movie. I pretty much liked all of his movies that I've seen. So, um, I mean,
Yeah, I mean, it was never a director that I was worried about. It's this Amazon studio that I'm worried about. They can't keep their hands in their pockets and they can't not meddle. So we'll see.
yeah, I'm I'm hoping that they kind of just let people do their thing. Um, I wonder how much input that he might have on like casting.
I
I
mean, I
mean,
would
I
hope
think
so.
I think he casts his movies pretty well. I think like all of his leads are usually good. Honestly, even his side characters are usually good. Like good actors, like the right actors in the right places. I want to say so. Like you know, like a I don't know a Batista or a Jason Momoa where they need to be kind of thing. Like you know,
Well, they weren't placed well on Dune, so I don't know
I
about
think
that.
they were. I know what
No,
you're talking
it
about.
was a forgettable side plot.
Javier Bardem, Josh Brolin. I think they Oscar Isaac. I think they put in the right places.
You just
Um,
listed like all the side characters from the first Dune, and that was the one I didn't like. So
Batista's in the second Dune. Josh Brolin, Javier Bardem. They're all in the third one, the second one. Um,
I don't even remember them being in it, but I'll take your word for it
I mean, Batista's also in Blade Runner.
for like 3 seconds.
I mean, Jeremy Renner's in Arrival. I mean, Amy Adams is good in Arrival. I mean, there's
It
plenty
was
of,
like the leads.
yeah. Um,
I hope they pick a good lead. I think that's the ultimate factor when it comes to James Bond.
yeah. I don't think there's anyone in a Denny Villeneuve movie so far that could be Bond. So, there's no one I can pull from one
Just
of
Ryan
those.
Gosling and
Ryan
or
Gosling's not British.
Timothy Chalamet.
Not British either.
Yeah, I
Or
know.
even not even Australian or Welsh or Irish. Like
I understood. It was a joke.
none of those guys. Yeah. Um, but I think they Austin Butler. That's a good side character there. Good actor in doing there. The second one. I don't know. I hope it's good. I'm hoping that gets me a little more excited. Um, we don't know who's writing it, and we don't know who our Bond is yet. But hopefully, I don't. I
Doesn't come
doubt.
out till like 2028, probably.
Oh yeah, probably even not
Oh,
because he's still working on the third Dune. They've already like announced like Jason Momoa's actual kid is going to play one of the kids of Jason Momoa's character in the next Dune. Like they're shooting
hmm.
another movie like in the coming months. So it won't be until at least after that one, and that one's supposed to come out next year, I think, like the end of next year.
Yeah.
So
Well, I doubt they have a script yet, so they probably still need to work on that
for what
for James Bond.
Bond? Yeah, they don't have a writer,
Yeah, yeah.
you know.
So they
But
need to work on that before they
yeah, I
release it
doubt
all.
that Denis Villeneuve wants to uh, make three, four, five Bond
Oh
movies.
yeah, this will be a one-off for him, most likely. Yeah,
Yeah, well, but hopefully he can start it off well. Martin Campbell started off the last two, Pierce Brosnan and Daniel Craig, well. So we need a good start. I think this is will be heavily um, under a microscope. This
if
first one
if
for
they
this
were
new person.
smart, they would write it into like a trilogy. Yeah,
Yeah,
if they were smart.
if they got him to write and direct the first one, and then he gave them like a plan for a
Yeah,
following two,
yeah.
and then gave it to another director to like run with, I'd be down. Like that. Now that could be a winning
That's what I'm
scenario.
saying. Yeah, but we'll
Um,
see if they do that
yeah, so I'm assuming they completely had whatever they had going prior. They just threw that away and started from scratch.
for sure.
Went back to
Yeah,
the drawing board.
I'm sure the only way that this guy accepted was to have more creative control. I
Yeah,
I would assume.
he says it's like a lifelong dream for him. So I mean, I know he can make a good movie. So we'll see how it goes. But definitely gets my interest. I mean, it already got it, my interest, but and now it definitely. And I'm happy it's not Nolan. Cool. So that's all the news for this week. You ready to hop on the old trailer train here? All right. So first trailer we're gonna talk about is Ice Road Vengeance, sequel to a boring movie from a couple years ago. Uh, Ice Road. I think it's just called Ice Road. The Ice Road, something like that. Liam Neeson driving a truck.
It it wasn't like a bad. It was very one of his just generic movies that he's put out, right? But it wasn't bad. Did it deserve a sequel? Probably not. And does this really have any relation to what he was doing in the first one? Not at all. So
Not a lot of ice so far in this trailer.
they made it seem like that what he was doing in the first one, that's like what he did, was just doing this back and forth ice trucking, and then he's just somewhere else entirely.
Yeah,
They're just like, we need him to do something else.
yeah,
This one has like way more guns involved. It's not really a driving thing.
yeah,
There's, I guess there is driving, but I don't know.
yeah. I think it looks pretty dumb, but
Yeah,
whatever.
I mean, I assume it's Netflix again, right? So I mean,
I
you don't know.
I don't know.
It's. I mean, I assume it's Netflix because this looks very Netflix coded. So
Yeah, um, yeah. Meh. Um,
yeah, this trailer train this week is one I probably don't want to board. So
there's one that actually genuinely interests me, and that will be, of course, the last one we talk about. Um,
okay,
until then, let's get on to
the caboose.
the next car here, which is "Deliver Me from Nowhere," which is about um, you know we got last year we got Bob Dylan biopic, someone I
Yeah,
don't really care about biopics, and now we got for this year another one. Oh, I guess I should say a biopic with an actor that I like as the lead, but they're playing someone I don't care about and I don't really like their music. Well, here's another one for you with Jeremy Allen White playing Bruce Springsteen.
yeah. I think this dude's a great actor, by the way, and
No, I,
it does
yeah,
interest me to see it just because he's the lead. But yeah, I'm not interested in his music at all. So
yeah. Did you see the Iron Claw?
no, and I never
No,
will.
it's a good movie. I
I'm
don't know why.
so
I don't know.
uninterested in that. You have no idea.
It's not even really like I mean, it's like they're wrestlers, but it's like not really about wrestling. It's just about like their family dynamic and stuff.
Yeah,
And he's good in it. Zach Efron, you like him?
yeah. No, I get it. I
That's a
just
good movie.
pass.
That's a good movie, and yes, he's a good actor from a
I
guy
would
from
see
The Bear
like
here.
probably like five other biopics that I'm slightly interested before I saw Iron Claw biopic.
This
So
that Iron Claw is a way more interesting biopic for
I'd
me than
probably see the other one you mentioned before I saw Iron Claw.
I don't know why you'd want to see the Bob Dylan biopic
Not
over.
that one. Not that one.
Oh, this one,
No, I'm
Bruce
thinking
Springsteen.
of Rocket Man or
Oh, Rocket Man's good. I
yeah,
mean,
like I
that's
didn't see
that's
that
you
one.
actually like. I mean,
Yeah,
you like Elton
exactly. That's
John
what I'm
musically.
saying. That's what I say.
Yeah,
There's plenty of biopics I would
I
watch
didn't even
first.
bring up Rocket Man, but I mean,
Sorry,
Rocket Man's
I
good.
that was what I thought of. I also
Oh,
didn't see the one of I can't remember. Oh my gosh. Big band. Very big
Queen,
band.
Freddie
Yeah, Queen.
Mercury.
Yeah. Queen's like one of my favorite bands. I would definitely watch that one too before I saw Iron
You haven't
Claw.
seen that either.
No. I skipped like every biopic, man.
That's so funny. That's Dad doesn't like biopics either. You guys are just similar guys there.
I
Dad
guess.
doesn't really watch them either. We watched the Bob Dylan one though, and my God, that was boring. Um, cool. All right. Yeah, looks okay.
Yeah, looks okay.
Uh, I think he's actually singing, so that's cool.
Yeah,
Um,
that is cool. And I'm sure he does amazing acting in it because he
yeah,
always does. So,
yeah, he's pretty good. All right. Let's talk next about Finally Dawn. Um, so this looks like an old Hollywood movie here. Um, it has people in it that I like. I like Lily James. I like Willem Dafoe. And there was a third person in there, Joe Keery, who's in Stranger Things. Um, Looked like a movie that was interesting enough.
I don't even know what the heck it's about, to be honest. Just like
Uh,
old Hollywood and stuff is happening or something.
yeah, I guess I don't know. Yeah,
That's
that's
what
see,
I took from it.
it. I also think it's a movie that it's like a first trailer that's not like telling you that much, and it's just
True.
kind of you like the vibe. I
True.
would say,
Yeah, I
but it's
can't say
also
I'm interested in this vibe at all, but yeah.
yeah. I don't know. I think just the people in it intrigue me. Like Lily James is one of those actresses that like for some reason she's like very likable, um, and I like I don't know if I would say she's like a phenomenal actress, but there's something just like you
She's
know
like the girl next door vibes.
yeah, but she's just very nice about her. I also like Baby Driver, um, and oh my God, she was a princess. Cinderella. My gosh, I couldn't remember. Cinderella. She was.
Guess I never see
They
that.
did. They did the live action. That was like the first one they did was Cinderella.
Yeah, they did
Uh,
like 400 Cinderella repeats. So
I think that was the first one. I was in high school when that Cinderella.
you mean
Uh,
uh, Selena Gomez, right? I'm just kidding.
what?
choose it. They did the Cinderella stories. Like
Oh,
there was the
that was
Hillary.
Hillary Duff was the first one.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I know. It was Hillary Duff, but they did a Selena Gomez one too. It was just
yeah.
a joke. It was a
It's
bad joke.
called it's called Another Cinderella Story.
Yes, that's what I mean by they've
Yes.
done a million Cinderellas. I can't keep them all straight.
No, I'm talking about the live action, the Disney one.
Yeah.
It's actually pretty good. Richard Madden is the Prince Charming, and Kate Blanchett is the evil stepmother. It's actually pretty. Kenneth Branagh directed it. Um,
Well, you never bring this one up when I say what's a good one.
I totally forgot about it, to be
You
honest, but it's
promise we're not
actually
nugget.
it's pretty good. It's pretty good, but it's like the first one, so I just like leaves my mind. But that's a good movie. All right. Well, so that movie's that movie. What was that called? Finally Dawn. That's what the movie's called.
Finally, Don talking about it.
Exactly.
Yep.
All right. Now for the one that I'm finally interested to talk about, really, which is Roofman. Um,
Oh yeah, I forgot about this one. I agree. This actually did look
this one
good.
looks pretty good.
Yeah, it does look good.
Channing Tatum, Kirsten Dunst, and Peter Dinklage. Always like Peter Dinklage. That always gets points in my book if you got Peter Dinklage in a fun role where he gets to do all kinds of stuff. I'm down. So this is about a he's an escaped convict that hides in a Toys R Us. I'm assuming this is based on a true story or
I think
based on
so.
true events.
Yeah.
Um, you know, and where he hides in a Toys R Us and then he starts to try to like assimilate with the people. I'm assuming that work there.
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't know, but looks pretty fun, pretty funny, and it's also suspenseful, obviously, because is he gonna get away with it or whatever? Um,
He
yeah.
won't. But yeah.
Well, I would assume
I
so.
feel like they showed like the whole movie on this one, but
I don't care. I think we know that he's gonna get found. I mean, the story's
yeah.
being told,
Yeah.
so I'm
Yeah.
assuming we know it. He got caught because they probably told the story, right? So, um, but I still think it looks pretty fun. Um, there was a movie a couple years ago with Melissa McCarthy called "Can You Ever Forgive Me," where she is a forager. She's foraging forger forger. What is it called when you like do a fake signature? Forgery, right?
Of isn't it like artist or something? Like forging artist or
Forgery.
something, isn't
Yeah,
it?
it's like a no forgery when you like do a fake
Yeah.
signature. Whatever. It was a story that she started making money by writing up uh, famous like writers like letters and doing forging their signatures to make money, and it was like, will she get away with it or whatever? Obviously we know she doesn't because it's based on a true story, and obviously we'll find out she doesn't, but but you're kind of rooting for the bad guy, you know.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
um,
No, I get it. Yeah.
so but this movie looks pretty good, and looks fun and interesting, so I'm definitely down for that. As Roofman. I think it was like October. I want to say. I think it said it was coming out. I don't know. It's one I'm actually interested in, so I was,
Yeah. He's
you
got
know,
to say at some point in the movie where he's got to say, I got to make a name for myself.
sure. He's gonna be like, I'll be on the roof, man, and then he goes up on the roof.
Okay.
I don't know. You said a bad joke. Why can't I say a bad joke?
Yeah. My joke was better, but okay.
I don't think your joke was better. You just said a line from a movie,
Yeah. Well,
and I don't.
that was the
You know,
joke. Yeah.
I guess. Sure. Whatever.
Okay.
Um yeah. Okay, cool. I couldn't think of a line from that movie off the top of my head for some reason.
I got you. I got you.
Um um yeah. All right. Cool. Um all right. Well, are we I think we're ready to get into our review then. I think. I don't think. For some reason, I feel like I'm missing something, but I don't know. I don't know why I feel that way, but that's okay. If I did, we could talk about it next week. Cool. So, Andrew, what are we going to talk about this week?
We're talking about Elio,
Elio.
the
So,
greatest Pixar movie of all time.
I mean, it's definitely not the greatest Pixar opening, but I thought the movie was pretty good,
Oh
actually.
yeah, Pixar has openings. I didn't see it.
What?
Don't they have openings like a short? Is that what you're referring to?
No.
What do you mean by? Oh, you mean opening like box office
Opening
wise?
weekend, yeah.
Yeah, I thought Pixar movies had like a little short in the front always.
I don't know. Was there?
I don't know. I got there right when the like movie started, so if
I
there
got
was
I
one,
got
I
I
didn't see
got to
it.
the movie late. I was talking to you on the phone yesterday and I was driving to the movie because I
Okay.
was like I better watch this movie. So,
Okay, so maybe there's a short, but we have
I
no idea.
have no idea, to
Yeah.
be honest with you.
Okay.
So did you stay for the end credit scene?
Nope. Didn't even know there was one.
A mid credit scene?
I didn't stay for it. No.
Okay, great. Awesome. I mean, whatever. Who cares?
Not me.
I'm I'm curious now if it had a short or anything. I don't know. Tell me what you thought overall, Andrew, while I look this up.
I thought this movie was actually. I was expecting to like it less, but I thought it was pretty good actually. Um, it definitely doesn't deserve the opening that it got. Maybe with some word of mouth, but I doubt it would make a difference. Um, I thought overall it was pretty good. Had some good themes. Um, it was definitely better than that last Alien movie thing. That maybe that was like a Disney thing. I don't know. Whatever.
Strange World
Yeah, it was
that
better
we saw.
than that piece of poo.
Yeah,
So, um,
I mean that wasn't like a tremendously high bar, but yeah,
yeah, no, yeah. I'm
that
just
movie, that
last
movie,
cartoon alien thing that I remember. So,
yeah, was it? Were they? Was it even aliens? I
I
don't
don't. They were like on some weird planet with different things happening.
Yeah, I don't. I don't even. I don't even. I thought it was like inside. I don't know. Whatever. I don't. I don't remember that movie. I don't care enough
Okay,
to get into that movie. I
not a
yeah.
movie connoisseur, I guess. Yeah,
I,
that's me.
I that is a movie. That movie Strange World. We saw it on. I think it was Thanksgiving weekend, and the Strange World was in that giant whatever it's called XD
Yeah.
screen
Hmm.
or theater or whatever. We saw it with about, I don't know, 10 other people.
Okay.
The same day that Strange World, also the last Knives Out movie was out. We saw that movie on the same day, Knives Out, the Glass Onion, and Strange World.
Oh, we
We literally
did.
left Strange World with like five other people in it to a tiny theater, or not tiny, but small theater that was sold out for that Knives Out movie. Um,
Yeah.
and yeah, I mean, Knives Out, that Glass Onion could have made so much more money, but they put it out for 1 week, and all the theaters were getting taken by Strange World. That was a complete wet fart. So I just remember going from like a giant empty theater to a tiny super packed theater. So yeah, and this one will have a similar track record, I think, for than like Strange World, maybe even worse. So yeah, I um, saw it yesterday, and yeah, the theater was not packed. Um,
Yeah, I was actually able to get tickets in town. So I was like, oh man, this movie must be doing bad.
Yeah, it did really bad. And yes, I thought the movie was pretty good. Um, I liked it. Uh, I thought the family moments were good. Um, in the the different ways that is interpreted. Um, I thought the world was fun. The characters were likable. I don't think anyone was like annoying. Um, there was a couple things that like actually I actually like laughed at, like, and it wasn't just like, oh, kid like fart noise stuff. It was just like funny stuff that like anyone could find funny, I think. Um, and The kids in my theater liked it and were laughing and sad, and when things were exciting,
Hmm.
so that was fun. I i thought overall it was a pretty solid movie. um
Yeah, the theater
I
I saw it with clapped at the end. Like the audience I saw it with liked it for sure. It's just nobody went to go see it.
Yeah, unfortunately it was a movie that no one went to go see in this first weekend, and I thought it was very well done. um the secret movie on Monday, this last Monday, was Jurassic World. um so I already saw that. Um, but I had the people were having fun in that movie just as much as people were in in um, involved, and you know what's it called, when you're like in
Immersed.
interest, immersed. That's a good word. That's not even the word I was thinking of, but
Oh,
that's a good word.
okay.
Immersed in, engrossed in the story, and kept their focused on the story. And I thought it moved. It moved. I mean, it's an hour and a half movie, so obviously, but I think it moved really well. The pacing was good. I thought the writing was pretty good. Um, like I said, I was laughed. I was moved. Um, you know, I thought there were sweet moments in the movie that worked for me. Um, yeah,
Yeah, that's my best praise. Is yeah, it was cute.
yeah.
There was some things I like smiled at, but it was not like, haha, it's so funny, most hilarious thing. But it was good.
I liked the little ship getting pulled in by the little ship. He's trying to, kind of go after the big ship, and then he's like smacking the big ship a whole bunch of times. I thought that was funny. And then like the
Mm.
big tractor beam like grabs the ship in.
It was
I don't know.
fine enough. Yeah, I didn't think it was
Little
that
goofy
funny,
stuff like
but
a little
yeah.
goofy stuff like that makes me laugh. Maybe it's just the noise a bunch of times makes me laugh.
Mm.
It kind of reminded me of there's actually a Pixar short called Lifted, where it's like this little alien guy's trying to abduct a guy, and he's asleep, and he like cannot get the, he has so many controls he can't like get the, it kind of reminded me of that. And I like that short. um you know so um you know if we met aliens, what how would they kind of like interact with the humans?
Okay.
I'm saying this movie is that, and it, most of the time people are like, oh, they either attack or whatever, kind of thing.
Yeah, yeah, I see what you're saying. Yeah.
I like that it was like something different, and I like the little, like the technology that they used and stuff. And I mean, it was mostly just you know a plot convenience thing,
Yeah.
the technology, but I mean, that worked for me. um, but they used like language and stuff as, actually integral to the plot, and obviously it helped him get out of situations and things like that. But so this Elio's character is neurodivergent. is the term. Um, so he doesn't feel you know um, accepted by the kids, by other kids.
Oh, they're calling it something now?
Uh, wi-
It's
it's
just
a
an outcast kid?
no neurodivergent, like he's autistic.
Oh, okay.
The term is neurodivergent. Is
Gotcha. I
is
had no idea. Just thought he was a normal kid.
yeah, yeah. No, he's on the well. I From what I understand, he's on the character is on the autism spectrum. Neurodivergent is the word instead of using whatever other terms, outdated terms. So
Understood. Yeah.
anyway, so he feels like an outcast, and he thinks, well, maybe being not on Earth will change, change his life. Um, and he gets abducted, and they think he's the leader of Earth, and they he meets the little um, alien boy or whatever, and they
Yep. And
learn.
hijinks ensues. Yep. That's the
Yes,
synopsis of the movie. Yep.
indeed. Yeah, I liked the movie. I'm gonna give it like a 8, 7.5, 8.
Okay. I'll give it like a 7. If I did halves, I'd do like 6.5, but I'll give it a 7.
Yeah, I liked the movie. I thought the movie was good. Um, I mean, I think Pixar has been the last three I've liked. This one, Inside Out 2, and Elemental. I liked all three of them. Um,
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I think they're on a bit of a streak on quality. I mean, the you know it's hit and miss on the money, but what can you do on that?
Yeah. You're also a week behind How to Train Your Dragon, so.
Yeah, that was pretty dumb. And this movie originally was supposed to come out last year. The There was a trailer for it that came out years ago, for
Okay.
originally for this movie. So they basically reshot this whole movie. Um,
Mm.
and the director of Coco was the original director. In the credits, there's actually, it says the two directors, and then after like the main credits, like the moving credits and everything, they have another set of credits, and then it says directed by him, because they kept his he still got a credit for directing the movie, even though they basically reshot the whole movie with these two other directors, and they one of them directed one of the Pixar shorts. It was like um, Burrow, which is like a rabbit short, and then Domishi, who directed Turning Red. Those are the two ladies that directed this movie, the ones that get the main
Mm-hmm.
credit for
Yeah.
directing this movie. Um, so yeah, um, this movie was made and then made again, basically. So um,
I'm sure they won't lose any money on this one.
they spent a lot of money on it, like $300 million. So yeah, it's gonna be a big loser for them,
Yeah.
which is too bad because I think the movie is pretty good.
Yeah.
Um,
It's
would
pulling
you
me down in the thing, so
pulling you down?
yeah, in the draft. Because this is one of my picks,
Well,
so it's going to make me
yeah.
absolutely nothing.
Well, that's what happens when you pick only kids movies, pretty much. Some of them don't hit. Mm.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, you had a movie that came out last year that made 1.5 billion, and then you never know what. And then Elemental lasted forever and made like over $500 million, and that movie didn't open very well. So you never know. But yeah, uh, that's too bad because I think the movie's pretty good. I'd say check it out. Um, if you like Pixar, check it out. I mean, you could probably wait to see it at home. You don't have to see it in the
Yeah, I'd
theater.
say this is a good Disney Plus if you have it. So I'd say.
Yeah, I mean, I'd say that, but also they're not going to make more original stuff if you watch it at home. So I'd say check it out. But
True, but as me saying go see it is not going to change the outcome. So,
yeah, yeah, maybe. Um, so
are you wanting to tell me the spoiler of the mid credit or?
oh yeah, so we're gonna go into spoilers here. The mid credit is just he's doing the ham radio with his buddy or whatever that he the
That's it.
yeah, he's doing the ham radio, and then you see like the purple staticky or whatever, and then you hear the what's his name, Glorden, saying like "What's up" or
Mm,
whatever. Yeah, it's not like
yeah, no, I get it. I didn't like the ending because it was like she wanted to be an astronaut and he wanted to see the aliens. Why didn't they both just stay with the alien people? I feel like that would have been a better ending. It's not like they really had anything tying them to Earth. So,
um the message of the movie is not go complete somewhere else completely and change
yeah, no, I
completely.
get it.
The
But I don't
message
like it.
is you can find people anywhere that are like you. You're
Okay,
not a
we'll stay
complete
with them then.
outcast. But that are not aliens or whatever. Like in real life, the aliens are going to show up and you're going to be accepted into some aliens.
I guess. We don't know about that for sure, but true. Hmm.
And also there's there's nothing wrong with him. He's just fine. He can make friends at
Yeah,
home.
but why would you want to stay with regular humans? This is a dumb ending.
I mean, his home is where his home was or whatever. And no, and yeah, it's okay. But I agree that it's not like he's gonna be like, "See you later, aunt. I'm out of here."
I didn't say
Um,
he needed to see you later. I was saying the aunt should just come with him. She wanted to be a flippin' astronaut.
yeah, it's not quite the same, but that's okay. Um, Whatever.
I don't know. There's aliens now, so there's no need for astronauts. You can literally travel outside of Earth whenever you want. So in the story's timeline, it doesn't really make sense. I'm just
Well,
saying.
unless they go away, I don't know. I don't care enough
I
about
get it.
that.
Uh,
um, uh,
Sounds like a very mid credit scene.
yeah, the mid credit scene was not like something crazy or anything. It was just like a little
Yeah,
thing.
yeah. I'm glad I didn't stay for it.
It
Yep.
wasn't even like a. It was like 30 seconds long, and all you would have to do is waited for like the
Too
first
long.
little bit of credits,
Too
like
long.
probably a minute.
You should have just said Elio and then immediately showed it if there was going to be anything.
Well, we'll just tag it in on the end. It doesn't even make any sense. Whatever. What there was something I wanted to talk about, but uh, hmm. I don't know. I liked all the stuff where he was like hanging out on the ship and everything, and with the why can't I remember this alien kid's name?
Wasn't it just like
Glorden.
Glorbin?
Glorden. Glorden.
Glorden. Mm-hmm.
Yes, I liked all that. I think the character is cute, and the their little their the relationship between the two of them was nice. Um, I mean, it's a boy character. I mean, I like the the character being. It's not a girl. I feel like there's been a lot of like girls stories about girls recently, so I
Okay.
like so that was that. I mean, and a nice end to outcome of a relationship with a boy and his dad. I liked that, where the dad's like you know swaddles him or whatever. I thought that was nice, um, a nice visual, uh, and it worked for me. I mean, uh,
Sure. Yeah.
you know, I don't know. I'm not a dad or anything, but that I mean, we
I
had a
get what you're
single
saying.
dad and
Yeah.
everything, so that
Okay.
was
You want to
I
be
don't know.
swaddled. I got it.
I don't want to be swaddled. I'm saying it was a nice visual. I think it was a nice, a sweet thing, sweet moment there. Um,
Yeah.
I don't know.
It was a cute movie, I think is what you're trying to say. Yeah.
Yeah, but it was more. I feel like a lot of people just go, "Oh, the movie is cute," like
Yeah, that's
whatever.
that's pretty much what I felt about it. Yeah.
Well, I thought it was better than it was a cute movie
Okay.
because that's where people just say that to just to be like, "Oh, whatever, who cares?" That was just a kids movie, and I think it
It
was
was.
better than that. It was not. It most kids movies talk down to kids. This movie wasn't talking down to kids. It was talking straight to them.
I
Um,
appreciate that nobody like puked a million times or
no one
farted a
puked. There was
bunch.
some
Yeah. Yeah. No,
farting.
I agree. Yeah.
Yeah, it was
I
pretty
gave it. Yeah. I said
straightforward.
it was good. It's slightly above a regular kids movie. Yeah.
Yeah, I thought it was pretty good, and I got it kind of like in the middle for Pixar movies overall. Um, so, and I have it actually decently high on my ratings for the year so far.
Yeah.
So
This year hasn't been that great.
I've liked quite a bit of the movies I've seen this year. I say about half and half. Um, I haven't. There hasn't been a lot of like straight bad movies. It's been like
Fair.
one or two bad movies, a bunch of like decent or okay movies, and then some like good to really good movies. You know, so I mean, I liked this movie, and I thought the Materialist was good. How to Train Your Dragon was good. I think there's been quite a. I mean, we'll get into Jurassic World in a couple weeks, but you know, so I mean, it's been good so far. I'm hoping F1 coming up here is going to be good. We can maintain a streak here. So, um, yeah, I'd say check out the movie. Kind of a bummer that it's not doing that well, but what can you do? It's not. Uh,
It's not Toy Story 6. Oh, well.
it's
Moving
not
on.
Finding Nemo 8. So
Yeah.
what can we do?
All right. I think that wraps up our episode. We'll see you guys on the next one. Until then.
This has been the Daniel and Andrew Show.